Welcome back to Web API Tutorials. I am Venkat. In this video, we will learn how to use AutoMapper with different property names and how we can ignore some property bindings or mappings. And if you want to transform the data, like if there is any null value, if you want to display empty or other labels, we can see that. Also, if you want to convert string to date or date to string, that transformation also we can do. In the previous video, we have seen how to use AutoMapper with DTOs and entity classes. Here you can see this is the DTO, and let me put DTO and entity class side by side. So this is DTO and this one is the student. So this DTO and this entity class has same property names. Here you can see it is ID, student name, email, address, DOB and DOB. Because the property names are AutoMapper is able to copy the data. Let's make some small difference. This time these two properties are different. Here you can see name and here it is a student name. These two properties are different. Let us run this and let's see AutoMapper is able to copy the data or not. Here you can see name value is null. In all three objects, name value is null. AutoMapper is unable to copy the data automatically because the property names are different. So in these cases, we need to give extra configuration. So for this property, copy the value from this, like that we need to configure. Let's configure that. Let's merge it back. So we need to configure that here. There is a for member method. Inside that, we need to configure and tends to end dot student name options dot map from x dot name. What we did here, for the particular member called student name, copy the data from name, right? So we need to configure like this. Let us run now. Let me run this, execute. Here you can see the name property is mapped now. Name property is coming now. This is how we can configure different property names. So this is how we can configure. Okay, the next one is, so if this is not working for you, so this you can put after. If it is not working for you, you can remove it here. You can do it after reverse map. Okay, if you do that after reverse map, you need to change the properties. So you might get a question, what is the difference between configuring it before reverse map and after reverse map? If you do that before reverse map, it will be applied from student DTO to student. If you do that after reverse map, it will be done from student to student DTO reverse. Okay, that's the small difference. You can configure like that. Let us run this time and see. Yeah, this one is actually working in both the cases. Some cases you might not get that, so please note that. Please check that you are mapping it before or after reverse map. Okay, next one is ignore. Let me make it same. So here let me make it a student name, and also in the student entity class it is student name. This time you can see both the property names are same. If both the property names are same, AutoMapper will configure it automatically. But I don't want to map it. Okay, so I want to map all other properties except student name. So if you don't want to map a particular property, you can configure that particular property to ignore. Okay, let us see how we can ignore that. Let me merge it back. Because I have changed the name back to student name, that's why it is showing it. So that's the configuration for config for different property names. Okay, let me create it for ignoring. The same thing we will take, but instead of mapping it, we will ignore it. Dot ignore. What we are saying here, for the member student name, ignore mapping. That's it. We are saying don't map the student name. That's the configuration for ignoring a particular property. Let us run it. You can see the student name is not mapping right now, even though the property names are same in both DTO and entity class, it is not mapping. That's because we have configured AutoMapper to ignore that particular property. Okay, this is for ignoring it. So let us do it. So when you configure it after reverse map, it will be applied from student to DTO. So let us see what happens when we configure it before reverse map. So now it will be applied from student DTO to student. This time, so when you are copying data from DTO to student, this will be applied. So when you are copying it from student to DTO, it should not be applied because we have added that before reverse map. Let us see it. You can see this time student name is mapped. Even though we have written the configuration to ignore that particular property, it is mapped because we have written this configuration when it is copying it from DTO to student. But in get call, the data will be copied from student to DTO. So that's why we need to be careful when we are configuring it. So when you are configuring it from student to DTO in reverse order, you need to do that after reverse map. Okay, that's the logic here. Now it will work. So that one is configuration for ignoring some property. The last one is transforming. To transform, let us make some value as a null. You can see our student table schema. Address field can be null. So let me edit this. Let me remove some address field and make it null. So I have made this particular student address as null. So now the third student address is null. If I run this, so this is the normal configuration. Now I'm running it. You can see the third student address is coming as null because the database has null value. Sometimes you don't want to show the null value. Instead of null, you want to show the meaningful label like no address found, something like that. Okay, let us do that with AutoMapper. When the data is copying from student to DTO, we need to do that. So that we need to add it after reverse map dot add transform. What is the data type of that? It is a string data type. String dot is null or empty of n. If it is null or empty, I want to return no address found. If there is any data, I want to return that particular data. It is very simple configuration. I have just added transformation. The data type of address is string. That's why I have added a string. So I am checking whether the address is null or empty. If it is null or empty, I am returning no address found. If it is not null, there is something, then I am returning that something. Okay, that's the small configuration I have added. Let us run it again. Try it out, execute. This time you can see address field is displaying no data found. Instead of null value, it is displaying no data found. That is how we can transform the data. In the place of this, you can also write conversions. If you want to convert this particular data to a datetime or convert dot anything, you want to convert to datetime or decimal or double or anything, boolean. Suppose if you want to convert that to datetime, you can convert it like this. So it is showing error because our data type is string. Okay, this is how you can use it. You can do anything here in the transformation. Okay, this is the third example. Config for transforming some property. Okay, you can try these three. 1, 2, and 3. You can try this. And I'm keeping the normal mapping. This is how we can use different configurations in AutoMapper. You can try all other options. There are many options, prefix and postfix. So if the property has some prefix or postfix, so there are so many options. You can try all that. Let me commit this. Let me commit these. This is how we can configure the AutoMapper in different scenarios. For more videos like this, please like, share, and subscribe. If you have any questions, please ask in the comment box. Thank you for watching.